Hi everyone, my name is Sunil, and today I'm going to share one of the important aspects of my life. And whatever I am today is just because of English. So today I'm happily going to share my journey of English, how I learned this language. First, I will tell you that you should never ever give up, and you need to have the patience of a saint. If you don't have patience, I'm sorry to say this, that nothing is for you. If you want to achieve something, you have to have patience. And when it comes to me, I never ever thought that I would ever speak English. It was always my dream to speak English. Even I have always been fascinated by this language, and I have always thought that one day I would speak in a way where people would say, okay, I want to speak like Sunil. Every day I work very hard. Every day I think that dream will come true. I think if we have dream in our life, dreams are always there. Dreams will certainly come true if you are dedicated, if you are committed. I think I'm dedicated, I'm committed, and I'm very honest with this profession. I want to tell you that I always wanted to learn English. Even I wanted to learn English at very tender age. But I don't know why I did not focus on that. Deep down, I knew, okay, I should work on communication skills. I should impress people by speaking, by my communication skills. Or whenever people spoke, I was mesmerized by their style of speaking. Even I did not have that level, I did not have that understanding to understand whether they were speaking correct or wrong. But I had one thing in my mind, I would speak like them. And my life went like that. If I tell you that how I was as a student, I was always a mediocre student. When you are a mediocre student, you are always taken for granted. People always denigrate you. I was one of them. Everyone denigrated me. And I really did not know how to reply. Somewhere I knew that one day I'm going to prove these people wrong. One day I would teach these people a lesson. This is what I decided. And I knew my capacity. I knew what Sunil was capable of. Keeping this in mind, I was not able to focus on English. My entire focus was on graduation. I wanted to be a graduate student. After graduation, I reached a point in my life where I was in a catch 22 situation. I could not get a job, or without a job, I could not do anything. Whenever I went for a job interview, there I faced many impediments of my life, and that was English. Sometimes aptitude tests were there, sometimes English became a barrier. But I knew that if I'm not going to cross that barrier, if I'm not going to conquer that problem I have, certainly after some time I would do it. I had that determination with me. I started working on my communication skills. I joined an institute. I learned a lot from there. That's why I tell people, I recommend people institutes. I recommend people to take classes so that they can have a clarity that how they can work on their communication skills. Initially, and sometimes you are not able to concentrate on your ambitions, on your goals that you have in life. Somewhere you go here and there and you do become complacent in your life. The same thing happened to me. I was so dedicated before I joined any institute. After joining that institute, I started taking things for lightly. I don't know what happened, but somewhere I was not focused. I spent 3 months like that. I was not serious. I came home, I went to class, and I did not practice. God be praised. One day I was with my friends, or I also had one or two relatives of mine. We were sitting in the park and we were discussing English. English has always been very important. Everyone wants to speak, everyone discusses English. So that time we did it. When it came to me, it was ignominious. I was not able to utter a single word. I could not say anything. But I had my cousins. They were speaking quite well. I would not say they were speaking fluently, they were speaking very well. But deep down, they tried. I was not able to even try a single word. That day, I decided that now I have to be very serious. I have to take this language to the another level. I have to work on my communication skills. From that day, I became serious. I worked on my communication skills. And there were lots of things I practiced. There were lots of things I tried to be a person that I am right now, or to have excellent communication skills. It was always my dream that if Sunil spoke, he would always speak in a way that people would say, okay, you speak very well. They would certainly turn around. And I think when I speak, somewhere I'm able to do that. People do listen to me, people pay attention to me. This is I always wanted, and this has happened. In order to have this level, I have moved heaven and earth. I have tried everything possible, believe me. I used to be a student who could not read properly, who could not understand properly, but I never ever give up. That's what I said initially. No matter what, you should never ever give up. And if you have this sort of belief that you should not give up, and one day you are going to speak, that will happen. Nothing is impossible in life as long as you are a human being. Humans can do anything, humans can accomplish anything. Keeping this thought in mind, even there were so many examples in my life. If I talk about my inspiration, I would say Nawazuddin Siddiqui has always been my inspiration. Even he strenuously worked very hard to be the part of big movies, and look at him now. But no one look at his hard work. Same was with me. I put a lot of effort to come to this level. I was very much inspired by him. I'm still very much inspired by him. I know that right now I'm not renowned, but the day is not very far. Till I'm alive, till I'm going to breathe my last, I would never ever give up. I'm always going to think that Sunil is the best speaker, and somewhere you all are the best speaker. You should always think that if they can do, why can't we? There would be situations in your life, then you will not be focused, you will not be able to concentrate. But it doesn't mean you should not focus on that, you should give up. No, it doesn't mean like that. First thing, I always wanted to be skillful at vocabulary, and it has always been my favorite part. And I don't feel that most of the people focus on that, most of the people find that significant, but for me it was paramount. I wanted to learn new words every day, and this is what I did. Every day I learned so many words. Here the hard work did not stop. I learned them, and I made sure I used at least 2 to 3 new words in my day-to-day conversation. Or it happened that whenever I tried to talk with my friends, or whenever I tried to talk to my friends, or whenever I tried the same thing with them, I was not able to bring those words in my conversation. But I use those words whenever I was home, whenever I talked to myself alone. As I said, I tried multiple ways to bring this level, or to be fluent in English. This was the first thing that I mastered. Second thing, I was very particular about rules. I made sure I knew all rules in grammar. After that, I made sure that if I practiced grammar, I should also practice my speaking part, because speaking is the first and foremost thing to learn English. And I knew that, and whenever you learn English, people will not come to you. You have to go to them. You have to give them something so that they can come and they can be your friends in English. This is what I did. Sometimes I was done with doing all these things. I wanted to entertain myself, and I entertained myself with the help of English. I always watched English channels. Whenever I watched English channels, I learned a lot by watching English channels. You can also do that. Now people are fond of YouTube, but that point of time, YouTube was not there. Many people did not learn from YouTube. I think most of the people in 2010 or in 2000, I think in 2012 or in 2014, YouTube was not in trend. Some English shows were in trend. One of my favorite show was, still it's my favorite, but I really don't have time to watch it. My favorite show was Friends. Even I had one of the fallacies that that show was from Britain, from London, but that was an American show. I got to know this many years later, but it doesn't matter. I really learned a lot. I enjoyed the characters of that show, and I also learned a lot of things from that show. And I made sure whenever I watched English channel, I always had a copy and a register handy with me, so I could write anything. After that, if I watched any English show, I always watched it with subtitle. I still do it. Whenever you watch any English shows, any English videos, any English movies, make sure you watch it with subtitles, so that if you find any sentence that is very new to you, you must write it in your diary. You must write it in your phone. If you're watching it in your phone, make sure you have a register, you have a diary, so that you can improve. And when you see that change, you are always on the top of the world, and people come to you and they tell you, Sunil, you are improving, you are improving. And when you are appreciated, it pushes you very hard, and you want to learn more and more. You really enjoy that. And this is what I did. I really enjoyed when people came to me, when people appreciated me. And because of English, I got a chance to work with one of the best companies, that was FIS. I really enjoyed my journey there. I spent almost 2 years, and I never knew how quickly 2 years were spent. And after that, I enjoy doing this. So in short, I would say that if you want to learn English, you have to have patience. I always say that. And there are so many things that you can try. These days, people are fond of trying mirror technique. You should do that. Just stand or sit in front of mirror and talk and give topics to yourself. There you can explain. Second technique you can apply, that is shadowing technique. I have been applying this. If you watch anything, just stop that, or pause it, or try to imitate the same way. Either it is any sentence or any sound that you come across, you should do that. Or give a topic and write something. If you write, you learn so many things, and you have so many things which are very clear. You should try that. And always do what you are really interested in. If you are interested in reading, you must read. If you are not, somewhere you have to develop this habit. If you don't develop, if you want to speak like others, if you want to be an ace speaker, you cannot be an ace speaker without reading. People, those who are ace speakers, ask them, don't they read? If they say no, I'm going to leave this profession, they do read something. They spend most of their time with this language. They do so many things. Without all these things, you can never ever be a proficient speaker. There are so many things that we all need to do. And I don't want to stretch it much, and I hope you enjoyed, you learned something. I'm going to make the another video with the same content, with the same pace, and I will try to motivate you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.